Let's click on the Characteristics tab. This tab displays information about the utility and its service area. At the top, we list the characteristics referenced to when you select the comparison groups in the Rates Comparison tab. The last row of the top table lists the primary service area community. As mentioned before, we've linked each utility to a set service area, a census place. In the second table, we provide the demographic information of the census place as it appears in Census 2000. The poverty rate is important. It's important when you consider affordability beyond the percent MHI gauge. Also, you can see how your utilities or your community's service area demographics compares to the median of all the utilities statewide. This gives you an indication of some of the differences between your utility's service population and those of most other utilities. If, for example, your utility's population size or percent of residents below the poverty line differs greatly from other utilities, these factors may affect your rate setting decisions. In the third table, if applicable, we show the ratio of your outside rates to inside rates. Outside rates are the rates that municipalities charge to customers who live outside of municipal limits.